What's up, everybody? Another day of push and record and talking to y'all. And you could be the smartest, most talented person ever, but if you don't have integrity, then you don't really have that much to stand on. I think you can pick these type of qualities in yourself, such as, being honest or generous or trustworthy. These are things that make people want to work with you more and make people trust you, make people want to follow you. And I don't think a lot of people think about that stuff enough. Because if you were to do things every day, you make these choices to be a good person, to do the work you're supposed to do, to, when someone puts trust in you, that they can fully trust you. Like, people know. There's cracks that form and warning signs that people start getting about you. You might not even be hip to it yet, but people can sense it on you, especially if you're taking advantage of time or you're just not showing up and doing enough work. For example, when I was working in radio, I had a manager that came into my office one time and she was like, "What are you working on?" And because I was working on so many different things, I didn't really know what to say. I was just kind of caught off guard. And then she was like, "Well, next time if I ever come in here asking you what you're working on, make sure you have something to say." And I was like, "All right, well, whatever." But really what that meant to me was I need to be more accountable for my time. I can't have someone just showing up at any moment asking me, what I'm doing and have nothing to show, especially if they're my manager, So that kind of put me down the path of holding myself accountable and writing down my tasks. So at the end of every day, if anyone wanted to question what I was doing, I had a whole bunch of stuff, probably a lot more than they thought I was handling that day. And there would be no questions about it. So that kind of held me to a higher standard of knowing hey, I need to have something to show for today. And that instills integrity in you when you know that hey, I'm getting paid for 8 hours of this work today. People are getting laid off all the time for jobs that don't require that much attention and stuff. So why are you gonna feed that monster? Why not be one of the valuable people that when people are considering layoffs or something like that, they're like, well, we can't really lay this person off because they do so much for us and we know that. Maybe the company won't care. Maybe, you're just another cog or whatever in the system. But I choose to be one of the people that at least if I was laid off, they'd probably want to bring me back at some point because I left on good terms and I was a hard worker. I left with good reputation and with good integrity. In the books, The Snowball by Warren Buffett, he says, it takes 20 years to build your reputation. It takes 5 minutes to ruin it. Now let that be what makes you make your decisions moving forward. One of the reasons why I stopped drinking was I didn't want the alcohol to ever ruin stuff I worked really hard for. And it would have. And it slowly was doing that. So I had to take control of that decision of am I going to just choose to drink because I think it's fun? Only I think I'm fun when I'm doing it. Or am I going to, have some integrity and know this could ruin me? And I want to be a good person. I want to make good decisions and be sound of mind. So I made that decision. I relate this a lot to being in a relationship or being in a company at work, because you're there for so long, you're with these people for so long, that you want to make sure that you're doing right by people. And that leaves a lasting impression that people are going to want to be around you. Having a good reputation, having good integrity, having good character, these are things that you want to have. When I was younger, I might have thought this is who I was, but I was doing it for show. I was doing it for, people pleasing and wanting people to be like, look at Sai, he's so cool and so nice. And that's fake too. You have to really be these things. Choose to be like what you say you are. Doing what you say you're gonna do is, I think that's my number one rule for integrity. Sorry, I got this dude just coasting around here on a tractor, so it might be a little loud. I'm trying to run away from him, but do what you say you're gonna do. That's integrity. People want to know they can rely on you. If it's a reply, respond. Like, I'm doing something for free for someone. I messaged them that I'm gonna have to like reschedule and everything because something came up, but like I'm trying to get ahead of it. They don't even have like the integrity to respond to me back like in a meaningful amount of time just to know that we're covered and stuff. Like, I'm not gonna trip about it, but that's just a simple like example of someone just doing something that can, you know, be a part of your reputation. I choose to be the people that like responds back with an answer, even if it's an answer you don't like at least I'm responding and you can move accordingly after that. And I think people respect that. I think when I say I'm gonna show up at some place and I'm there 15 minutes early, that shows people like, hey, he's about it. He's about his business. Like, showing up early is a simple thing you could do to show like your integrity, your character. Like, you want to be there. And people don't do it. People don't do it. They show up 1 minute late. And that will show a lot more of your character than you think too. So be different. Try to stand out by having good integrity. Putting yourself around people that are doing good stuff. If you're always trying to cheat the system or, you know, cut corners and stuff, trust me, I cut corners sometimes because I choose to work smarter, not harder. But there's a line that you can't cross that's about integrity, and it starts affecting who you are as a person. So I just kind of wanted to get on there today to let you guys know, you know, you have full control of changing your character traits that make you a person that people want to be around, and you can be a stand-up person with a good reputation. So that's pretty much all I got for this one. If you made it this far in the video, you are awesome, you're the best, and this is who I do it for, you. Leave me in the comments, let me know that you made it this far in the video, or in the comments also leave me, you know, what are things that you do to try to, you know, build your character up. What are some traits you see in people that are annoying, that, you know, make it seem like they don't have good integrity? You know, these type of things I think help a lot of people out. We need to get a little bit more self-aware about how we're coming off to people so we can grow and take over the world. But so yeah, do that. My name is Sai. I'm an actor, creative director, and daily YouTuber, and I help creatives like yourself take what you love and turn it into something real and build a life that actually works. So if you like this video, smash that thumbs up button, hit that notification bell, and like this video. You know, if this content resonates with you, definitely subscribe and join the community. Join Creative Momentum. It's my free school community. It's in the description. There's a link for it, and it's free. And join that so we can get to know each other some more and keep growing together. And also, YouTube is popping up these videos on your screen suggesting you're going to really like them, and I know you will. All right, guys. You're not behind. You're just getting started. So let's build this life on purpose. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.